Hey everyone, listen up. November 19th is coming fast, and if you receive Social Security, SSI, SSDI, survivor, or spousal benefits, you absolutely cannot afford to overlook this date. This deadline impacts more than 68 million Americans, and missing it could leave you completely in the dark about your 2026 benefits.
Now, before you start stressing out, let's take a deep breath, because I've spent hours digging through every single Social Security Administration notice and fine print so you don't have to. There is a real deadline here, but there's also some vital info that could make a big difference for you.
And hey, before we dive in, if you find this video helpful, please take 2 seconds to hit that like button. It helps this information reach more people who need it. All right, let's get right into it. On October 24th, the SSA finally released the 2025 Cost of Living Adjustment, or COLA, and it's coming in at 2.8%. That's actually later than usual because of delays caused by the government shutdown, which left a lot of seniors wondering if there'd even be a COLA increase this year.
The upside? It's better than what most experts expected. Analysts were predicting about 2.1%, so 2.8% is a nice surprise. The downside? For most people, the Medicare Part B premium increase is going to eat up a big part of that raise. So yes, your Social Security check is going up, but so are your healthcare costs, which means you're left wondering, where did that increase actually go?
And here's what really frustrates me. The COLA is tied to the CPIW, the Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners. It measures inflation for working people, not retirees. That means it doesn't accurately reflect what seniors spend money on, like prescriptions, utilities, groceries, and healthcare. There's a much better measurement called the CPIE, which focuses specifically on older Americans' spending habits. If Congress switched to CPIE, experts estimate your benefits could rise by $300 to $500 more per person each year. If you think that change needs to happen, drop a comment below, because unless we speak up, nothing changes. Let's look at the bigger picture. According to SSA data, Social Security makes up over 30% of total income for Americans aged 65 and older. But for many, it's far more than that. Roughly 39% of men and 44% of women over 65 rely on Social Security for more than half of their income. And even more shocking, 12% of men and 15% of women depend on it for at least 90% of what they live on. Think about that. 9 out of every $10 some seniors have comes from Social Security. Yet 5 million seniors are still living below the poverty line. This isn't just about numbers. It's about survival. Social Security keeps the lights on. It means the difference between eating dinner or skipping a meal, between filling your prescriptions or cutting pills in half.
Here's the key part. The Social Security Administration will begin sending out your 2026 benefit notices in late November. But here's the catch. To get your updated benefit information digitally and quickly, you must have a My Social Security account set up by November 19th. If you don't, you'll have to wait for a paper letter through the mail, and that could take weeks. During that time, you won't know what your new monthly amount is, which makes it really hard to plan your budget for the new year. Everyone's COLA increase is slightly different based on what they already receive, so you need to see your exact number to prepare for 2026.
Having this account is an absolute game changer, not just for this notification, but for managing nearly everything related to your benefits. These accounts are totally free and let you handle most of your Social Security business online. No waiting on hold for hours, no crowded field offices. With it, you can request a replacement Social Security card, get benefit estimates, update your address, print verification letters, and receive instant alerts about any benefit changes. During the last government shutdown, people who didn't have these accounts couldn't even order replacement cards. That's how important this is. And let's be real. Calling the SSA helpline can be painful. Many people spend hours on hold and still never reach a live person. With your online account, you can skip all that stress and get things done instantly.
Here's exactly what you need to do. 1. Go to SSA.gov. That's the official Social Security website. 2. Find the My Social Security section and click Create an Account. You'll need your Social Security number, an email, and a few personal details for verification. They might ask security questions about your credit history or ask you to confirm your identity through ID.me. Don't let that scare you. Just take your time and have your info ready. If you run into trouble, ask for help from family, your local senior center, or even your library. Many libraries offer free tech help for older adults. Once you're set up, you can also download the My Social Security mobile app to check your info anytime from your phone.
Now let's address the obvious. 2.8% sounds decent on paper, but here's the reality. According to Gallup, grocery prices are up 21%. 21%. Your benefits are going up 2.8%. The math doesn't lie. Your money just doesn't stretch as far as it used to. Utilities, rent, medication, everything's more expensive. COLA was meant to preserve your buying power, but lately, it's just not enough. And with Medicare Part B costs climbing too, many people are actually losing ground financially.
There's another serious issue you need to be aware of. During a recent congressional hearing, Senator Sheldon Whitehouse raised major concerns about a possible Social Security data breach. Reports suggested that a massive SSA database might have been copied to an unsecured cloud server, potentially putting millions of Americans' personal information at risk. The SSA has denied much of this, but cybersecurity experts say the risk is real. That's why checking your My Social Security account regularly is so important. Your personal data, your SSN, income, and identity are gold to scammers. Protect it. Monitor your account and watch for anything unusual.
If you're a retiree, this COLA affects you directly. You need your updated benefit amount to plan your 2026 budget. If you're receiving SSDI, your payments also increase by 2.8%, and you'll need to adjust for higher Medicare costs. If you're on SSI, you're in a tougher spot because those checks are smaller to begin with, and any small raise gets swallowed up fast by inflation. If you receive spousal or survivor benefits, this update applies to you too. Don't ignore it just because your benefits come from someone else's work record. And if you help care for someone on benefits, maybe a parent, a spouse, or a disabled adult child, please help them set up their account before November 19. Technology can be confusing, but with your help, they'll be ready.
Once you get your updated benefit notice later this month, sit down and go through your budget. Start with your fixed expenses: housing, utilities, insurance, medications. Then move to variable costs: groceries, gas, personal items. If you're spending $400 a month on groceries now, expect $450 next year. If utilities are $150, plan for $175. Prices won't drop, so budget realistically. If things are tight, explore cost-cutting options. Switch to generic meds. Ask about senior discounts. Check for utility or food assistance programs. Look into community resources or food banks. These are tough questions, but they matter because every dollar saved helps.
Look, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. The situation is hard right now. COLA increases aren't keeping up with real inflation. Medicare premiums keep climbing, and millions of seniors are barely getting by. But remember this: you earned these benefits. You paid into this system for decades, or you or your loved one qualified because of genuine need. You have every right to this support, and you shouldn't have to jump through hoops to access it. The November 19th deadline isn't just a bureaucratic date. It's a chance to take control of your benefits, stay informed, and be ready for next year. Here's your checklist one more time. Create your My Social Security account at SSA.gov before November 19. Already have one? Log in and make sure your info is correct. Watch for your 2026 benefit update later this month. Review your budget and adjust for rising costs. Check out assistance programs if you're eligible. And always keep an eye on your account for security. I know this all feels overwhelming. Prices are going up, checks are barely moving, and the system is complicated. But you're not alone in this. Millions of others are going through the same struggle, and that's why this community exists. We're here to help each other navigate it, share information, and make sure no one gets left behind. So take that first step. Set up your My Social Security account today. Once you do, you'll feel more in control and ready for whatever comes next. If this video helped you understand why November 19 matters, please hit subscribe and share it with others, your friends, family, or Facebook groups. Help spread the word so nobody misses out. And tell me in the comments, do you already have a My Social Security account, or are you setting one up before the deadline? And should the COLA be based on CPI-E instead of CPI-W? I'd love to hear your take. Stay informed, take care of one another, and remember, you've earned these benefits. Don't let anyone make you feel otherwise. I'll see you in the next video. Stay strong, stay safe, and stay prepared.